everybody. There we go. I am a frustrated vaudevillian. My voice does hit the back of your floor. My name is Nathaniel Curtis. I am the public involvement person for this project, the contractor team, White Skanska, represented by galaxy of characters here tonight, including Jack Fore, who many of you have met in this room before. We also have a number of folks from MassDOT District 6, which is overseeing the project. With us also is Donnie Daly from Legislative Affairs, who many of you also know. I think Jack is going to take the first half of the presentation. I'm going to take the second half. But Donnie, do you have any remarks, or anyone from District 6 want to say anything before we get started?
No, at this point, we can start with Jack, and we'll just go from there.
All right, very good. Jack, you want it? And you want some more numbers?
Thank you all for coming in tonight. Again, my name is Jack Fore. I'm the project manager for JF White Skanska, the general contractor, design build entity responsible for the project, putting it all together for Mass DOT. With me here tonight, I have a few members of our team. I have Sunita Nadella, traffic engineer for Parsons. Will Barrow is the project manager and movable bridge coordinator, also for Parsons Transportation. Tom Gilday is the project superintendent, and Rich McCafferty is our project engineer. Both of these gentlemen from White Skanska. Little introduction here as far as our agenda tonight. We're going to go through a project overview, the work completed to date, and the upcoming work and mitigation. Okay, just a general overview of the project overview. You see the project area. The new bridge will be on the alignment of the old structure, and you can see the temporary structure to the bottom of the page. Okay. Last August, we did the float-in. We had the center lift span. You can see here that came out where it was built in the shipyard. We raised the existing temporary bridge up, came through the channel, turned around here, and then came in and set the channel in its final position. What you can also kind of see here as well, again, this is mid-August 2016. You see over here, this is the Weymouth approach at its stage of construction with the girders. And then here in the bottom of the page, you see the Quincy approach. Pretty symmetric about the center of the bridge. A little bit more of a step back here. You can see the, again, the Quincy approach in the foreground, over to the right, and then the Weymouth approach in the background. The activities that we have to project completion include the remaining approach span work. That's really been in process from mid-May to the end of August 2017. We have existing bridge demolition. That's going to start in September and then proceed until spring of 2018. And then the new bridge protection system, which we'll get into a little bit here, January of 18 to February, until the fall of 2018. A little bit more detail in terms of the schedule. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the back of the room. But really, you're looking through 2017, the balance of this year, with the approach span work, finishing up here. Then we look here to the bottom, all 4 travel lanes on the new bridge by October 2017. We're going to get into that in a little bit in more detail. And then you see out in 2018, you see these green bars on the approaches. That includes final paving, surface restoration, landscaping, and the like. And then to the bottom, you see existing bridge demolition. That's the temporary bridge. And at the very bottom, you see dolphins and fenders. That's the bridge protection system on the water. What you see here are pictures from the fall, the approaches as they were finished out. On the left-hand side, you see the Quincy approach, the concrete deck slabs and the sidewalks and railing that go into place. And then on the right-hand side, you see the Weymouth approach. Both very much the same. Okay, a little bit more about dolphins and fenders. Once we have the existing temporary bridge out, we'll have all traffic onto the new bridge. Once we're in that phase, then these elements right here, this circle is a dolphin, and this is the fendering. This is the protection system for the new structure. This gets repeated on the inside once the existing temporary bridge is out of the way. That'll all take place again once all 4 lanes are on the new bridge. That's going on 2018. So what are we going to do to come off the temporary bridge? Coming off the temporary bridge, we'll have some of the benefits here. Fewer lane closures for maintenance with the new permanent structure. We are in a quarterly maintenance cycle as far as this existing temporary bridge. It requires a lot more maintenance. Eliminates the weather-related problems of the temporary bridge. We also have the reduction in noise over the existing temporary bridge with the new structure. The faster opening and closing, and all 4 lanes on the new bridge by October 1st, 2017. Transition period that we're going to be working through here. The approach spans need to be completed and connected to the new bridge. We'll talk a little bit more about what's going on here. It requires the temporary lane reductions on Route 3A. So from June 2nd to August 31st, we'll have 1 lane each way along the southern existing temporary bridge. And then through the month of September, we'll have 3 lanes moved over to the new bridge. And that will have an alternating flow middle lane, so that in the peak periods, we'll have 2 lanes in the AM peak and inbound, and then for the PM peak, we'll have 2 lanes heading outbound. And again, October 1st, 2017, all 4 lanes of traffic will be moved over onto the new structure. It'll be in a temporary alignment as we finish sidewalks and railings to either side of the bridge. Connecting to the new bridge. So what you can see here is a picture that was recently taken. This is from the ground on the Quincy side. Looking back towards the abutment, you can see the existing temporary bridge over to the left. Okay. We have to connect these girders. You can see there are 3 girders here. 1, 2, and there's one hidden from view that begins back here and extends to the same spot. These girders tie in back here at the abutment, the remaining 3 girders. This section of the existing temporary bridge has to come offline for us to set these girders. Then we complete the abutment, and then we cast the final slabs, and the equipment should fit. We also have some paving and road work and elevation work to proceed with beyond the abutment. This is the Quincy side. It's virtually exactly the same on the Wayne side. Right. Yeah, you can see the kind of the extension of the girder as it makes its way back towards the abutment. Okay, here's a view from above. Makes it a little bit more clear. These are the 3 girders in this area here that make their way back to the abutment. And you can see the existing temporary bridge. And again, in that location there. All right, so how will traffic flow? So this is stage 2 depicted here on the page. You can see that the existing temporary bridge is shown in yellow. The work zone is shown in red. And we have the 1 lane of traffic in each direction over the existing temporary bridge. Stage 3, we move the traffic over to the existing temporary bridge. You see that the 3 lanes move over to the new bridge rather, and everything comes off of the temporary bridge. And this is where you see the alternating flow lanes. 2 lanes inbound in the morning, and that'll switch over to 2 lanes outbound in the evening. Switching back in that middle lane. And this is the final phase, October 2017, October 1, where we have all 4 lanes on the existing, on the new bridge. So our approach, crews will work 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. to expedite this operation and reduce the impact of the community as far as traffic and congestion is concerned. We also involve intersection improvements associated with the anticipated preferred alternate route. It's also part of local movement. Some other steps that we're taking to keep traffic moving, appropriate signage, police details, and we'll show you that in just a minute. We posted along the most likely alternate route, and we'll be doing website updates. We operate a command center, if you will, working with the Quincy Lane for Great Police Departments each day as we monitor the traffic through these times and making adjustments as necessary based on the feedback that we have from them. Those are the proper hotlines 24/7, and then drivers are encouraged to use other modes of transportation, whether it includes the commuter rail, buses, or ferry. What we've observed is the most likely alternate route is what's shown here in blue. Working from Weymouth towards Quincy, it includes North Street to Commercial, and then up Route 53 along Quincy Ave and back on Rive after 3A. What you can see in yellow bubbles are VMS board locations, and the green bubbles indicate intersection improvements. These are areas where signal timing changes have been implemented or will be implemented. They haven't been cut over yet. That's really going to take place in the days leading up to June 2nd. But you can see where these intersection improvements will be taking place. And in addition to signal timing, we also have route detectors and other enhancements to the intersection. This is also the initial police deployment plan. Again, working with your elected officials as well as the local police departments and the first responders. These are locations that the towns have identified as the traffic engineers as the hot areas and areas best served with police details to help pull the traffic through what we believe will be the most likely alternate route. Some more about traffic mitigation. Signal timing will be adjusted in the route to alleviate traffic congestion to the extent feasible. Traffic will be monitored daily along the route for adjustments and fine tuning. As we see people get adjusted and adjust their daily schedules, we're going to monitor that and make adjustments to the signals as necessary. And again, to the greatest extent possible to alleviate the congestion. And we'll also be putting out some real-time traffic message boards. You've seen them on the highways that Mass DOT has put out the permanent systems. These will be some temporary units. There will be 3 units. The first unit up on the top left here is up by the Quincy Police Station. Really, it will be over on the cemetery side in the island by the cemetery. We'll put a real-time traffic message board up there to allow motorists to know what the time is over to get to the Fore Bridge, and then allow the motorists to then gauge which route they take, whether they continue on an alternate route or make their way like they normally do, straight down Route 3A. And then to the south of the project, we have here over close to the Hingham Rotary. It's actually going to be located on Rive Summer Street. So Summer Street here, to grab this traffic coming in this direction, and then the third unit is over here on Route 3A, heading back towards Cohasset, the other end of Hingham. Again, to catch motorists before they get into this corridor with the bridge, that they can make a choice to select another route, whatever that might be. Finally, on traffic mitigation, again, we're working with the elected officials and the city traffic engineers. Heavy truck, they voiced their concerns in heavy trucks going through neighborhoods. Heavy truck restrictions and additional signage will be posted along the route to reduce traffic through Quincy, Weymouth, and Braintree neighborhoods. And then cut-through traffic will be monitored throughout the operation, specifically focused on Evans Way, Jackson Square, and Weymouth, as well as Brookside and Stetson, Liberty Streets, and Braintree. These were noted as potential areas that motorists could use to kind of cut through that really aren't suitable for heavy traffic, particular heavy truck traffic. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Nate Curtis.
Thank you, Jack. So I'll be brief. Already so we I've already had this question from one person who came in. Local bus service over the Fore Bridge and in the vicinity of it will not be diverted. Routes will not be changed as a result of the work that Jack has just described. We talked about encouraging folks to take alternate routes. This large block represents the project site. You can see that over the course of a couple of different slides, and you saw it over the course of a few slides previously. One recommended alternate route if you're headed up to Boston is the ferry boat out of the Hingham Shipyard. Parking is available at this location. We checked these figures out with the MBTA, and that's about a half-hour boat ride to Boston if that's something you'd like to avail yourself of. We have one member of Howard Stein Hudson staff who takes the boat every day in the summer. He's a big fan. There are 2 commuter rail routes serving your area, and again, coordinated with Steve. If the Greenbush line makes sense to you, Nantasket Junction and Cohasset both have spaces available that you can drive to and take the train, and in this case, stay well south of the bridge site. Also, the Kingston-Plymouth line has spaces available. If you were more down towards this way, you can work your way over to South Weymouth or Abington. Both of those stations have some availability. There's a train you should also take, and again, avoid driving on the bridge. There's been a lot of outreach bringing us up to today, beginning with legislative briefing and municipal briefings back at the end of April. Working with the first responders as a site walk for your local elected officials. Some of you may have met members of my staff distributing flyers in the project area. Had a media briefing earlier today. That is the list of papers in which we have put things. We have links from our website to the various municipality sites around here, as well as vice versa. They're putting a link to our website on the town pages for Quincy, Braintree, and Weymouth. This gives you a sense of where flyers are distributed, both for this meeting and the informational flyer that you received when you came in. This is the project corridor that was walked. So all the businesses along it will receive a flyer. These represent town halls and public libraries that are covered, so you can see all the way down to Situate, out to Braintree, obviously Quincy, Weymouth, Cohasset, and Hull. We continue to coordinate with the budding towns. The project team that you see here before you, continue to coordinate with the emergency responders. We've worked with the municipalities to coordinate utility work, particularly along that most likely alternate route we picked up through the public involvement process. The website will be kept updated during the shipbuilding period over the summer, so everybody can see the progress we're making. Jack and I are talking about putting out on a 2-week rotation, so we'll update every 2 weeks, provide new information. And if a neighborhood group wants a briefing, we're willing to consider that as well. With that, we'll leave this up, and we'll take question and answer.
Before that, I just want to recognize State Representative House Leader Ron Mariano is joining us, as well as City Councilor Brad Kroll.
That's just stepped up.
They just stepped up there, so thanks for having those folks join us as well.
Sir, before we get into the Q&A, would you like to say anything?
Well, only that we do expect this to be a very difficult summer. I've talked to these guys till I'm blue in the face about trying to keep 2 lanes going, but because of the engineering issues, I do understand their point of view. But I do ask that we have some degree of patience and some degree of cooperation with these guys as they try to finish this project that's been long, long overdue. And it's going to add I have been up there when the bridge has gone up and down. You will be amazed at how quickly this bridge moves, how quietly it moves. It is a huge improvement over the old Fore River basketball bridge, and certainly a tremendous improvement over the erector set that we've lived with for so long. So.
Which one?
Well, the big one. These guys have done a pretty good job staying on time and on target, so we hope that they can maintain the construction schedule that they are committed to. A lot of it might be out of their hands, but we're going to hold their feet to the fire and try and get this thing wrapped up in one summer. And, but it is going to be a I hate to have a concession stand in Nantucket Beach this year.
Councilor Crowell. Would you like to say a few words?
I was actually doing some constituent work out in the hallway. But, yeah, I mean, I just showed up with a presentation for those folks who I haven't formally met. My name is Brad Kroll. I represent you at the ward level. Apologize for being late. I actually had a neighborhood meeting regarding a different issue down the street. So, obviously a project, I believe, I heard the leader talking a little bit about it, but I believe it's obviously necessary to the district. And as we got out in front of this, what was that, maybe 2-3 years ago in the preliminary hearings, we knew that there would come a time where we would deal with traffic impacts. So, I mean, the challenging part is there will be some, challenges, but the good news is we're heading and managing towards the end. So, we're coming down the home stretch. I know that the DOT makes a lot of the information, and you guys do a good job updating it through the website. There's also a Fore River Bridge hotline. Feel free to use me as a resource as this dialogue sort of unfolds itself. But that's my preliminary thoughts. And, apologize, I was dealing with a street light out here, so I'm here. But
Okay, with that, this is general question and answer. Just go right in. Yes, sir, with the red shirt.
Can you go back to the bus 220, 221, and 222 schedule? Yes, that one, please. Thank you.
Just while he's taking the picture, the whole point is that we listed these, but they're not impacted. They will continue to operate, in the traffic as they do today. They're not going to be diverted off from the road.
And Dave, when will this presentation be posted to the site?
I can have this presentation posted by tomorrow.
Yeah, so anybody feel free to go on the Fore River Bridge website. You can have a copy of this presentation. Sir?
I've got another question regarding the MBTA. You say it's not going to be affected, but once they start dismantling Quincy Station and fixing that, along with the diversion on the bridge, how much extra time do you need to allow to make our connections and get to work on that?
I would say that, the buses, these buses will travel through traffic as normal. When the traffic is impacted, they will, perforce, probably have to slow down a bit. We'll continue to coordinate a reference with the MBTA and make sure that, we deal with that appropriately. I would imagine that, as things settle out over the course of the summer, the impact will be less. But, please stay in touch with us about that if you have trouble.
The contacts with the MBTA are going to be critical because, first of all, parking, I assume, is going to be on real time, how much availability there is, because already you're going to have 4 T stations being worked on. You're going to have garage capacity affected by that. At the same time, Greenbush, people may want to go over there to the shipyard and find out when they get there, because people are diverted from the other places, they've ended up with their parking not there. So I don't know what linkage you've got with the MBTA as far as only a command center, but some real-time data on parking, because people driving down want to divert either the ferry or whatever are going to find themselves very upset if they find a good place to go once they get there. And
The MBTA helped us write the presentation. We'll continue to coordinate.
And the Union Street ramp's another problem, because again, in the past, with snowstorms and a lot, trying to get down by the Franklin Police Station and get on the Route 3. There's going to be some bridge projects, I understand, being done at the same time, correct me if I'm wrong, at that vicinity, because they're working on the old ramps.
Route 3 over Bergen Parkway, is that the one you think?
Yeah, the Bergen Parkway.
The idea would be to have those go after when this finishes. So you have 4 lanes on 3A before those would be charged.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Anybody else? Sir?
I'm trying to determine your timeline, and I know, there's weather factors and everything that we can play here. Do you anticipate, the completion of the 4 lanes by October? Yes. I assume you have time built in, so is there a chance that this thing can be finished? Earlier?
Yes. We'll be, again, 20 hours a day, 6 days a week, with the objectives of trying to beat that date. So yes, we are trying to beat that. Yes.
I have a couple questions. I'm a resident on North Street, so I guess I'm really concerned about the impact of local traffic and diversion already. I did see the new directional signal coming north.
On
On
at
38
North Street.
onto North Street. I did see that, but it was only on the left side signal. It's going to be on the right side signal as well.
No, that's the extent of
Only on
the
the
change.
left. So, because you're coming up that hill, I just find that, that might be a difficult spot. Also because Green Street, I think, is a big diversion area. I don't understand why that's not listed on here, as well as Evans, because that's always been a big issue.
So Evans actually was pointed out, that's actually on one of the slides. Evans is listed as, when we met with Wayne, if they did say, please keep your eye on Evans. We were told to look at that as, a potential cut-through spot. And the other street was, just so we have it
Green
for the record.
Street, so right where the Dunkin' Donuts is, because everybody comes in, and the U-Haul and the Sacred Heart. So already that's a diversion area where people take that turn to go down Green Street, so.
So this is not specifically marked that way to take that as a detour. It's not a detour.
But it's already very
So,
long.
yeah, so true. With the way that we have those yellow dots, those are EMS boards, those are changeable message signs. We're going to give them timelines on, okay, if you continue on Bridge Street or on 3A, this is the time. So at that point, it's up to the driver to decide, right there on Broadco Road, right there, they can make a decision if they want to take Evans or they want to take Green Street or they want to take North Street. So the good part about that is of not having it specifically detoured through North Street, not signed that way, these people make their own choice. You all have apps on your phones, like everybody who drives through the corridor, it'll suggest that, take this alternate route, and then they will pick. So in that way, you're kind of dispersing the additional traffic and not having them all channelized on one street. And it's to your advantage that way, since you live on one street.
Okay. The other issue, I guess, is around these, the boards that are going to give that information in other areas of Weymouth. Because Weymouth Landing is already a mess. And going to continue to be, it looks like, for some time. So, again, I feel like normally to divert around Weymouth Landing, you might go through Commercial Street through, right?
That is
In other words, it's like something up by 18 and 53 would seem, to be alerting people before they even try it through Weymouth. I'm just,
Right, if we take a look back here, again, to get the motorists, the real-time VMSs, let's go, here we go. So this, before they get into the route here, up at the Quincy Police Station, that's at the cemetery there. And then before motorists from south of the project, Hingham, Mohassett, Situate, Marshfield, that line, these will have the real-time VMS boards here, again, so that they can make other decisions to either come down, whether it's 228 or something, but take another route other than going straight through along 3A and up the bridge. One point you also noted about the landing, and again, meeting with the police departments and the mayors, they all voice the same concerns. There's I want to say about 6 police officers here. So there'll be 6 police officers posted. We'll roll into this and let this begin. There are a number of signal intersection improvements in the area as well. So you'll see that come online, again, just before June 2nd, in about the 30th, 31st, and 1st. We'll be making those signal changes and lane striping. And then the police details beginning, once the traffic is cut over the project.
So, and then you would have police detail throughout the e-commerce, they're gathering the traffic, so even if somebody's stuck, making sure that the intersections are blocked and they're cleared out on time, things like that.
And is that something that will adjust depending on where those breaking points end up?
Right. Based on.
Because honestly, the first 2 weeks, I mean, obviously that might be hazardous, but I see when school starts getting out, when, like all of the patterns start changing, like more towards the end of the month.
True.
It certainly becomes more random, right?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, and it's a good point, and we
Like
will
all times.
continue to meet with the officers, with the police departments, all three, Quincy, Weymouth, and Braintree, and then and make adjustments going forward.
And as we get into this, Jack, you're going to have a professional traffic engineer also here in the corridor with you to help make these adjustments on the fly, correct?
We have the Parsons is needed as the professional traffic engineer, so yes.
On that North Street, Rive Street intersection where you just changed the light and made a left-hand turn, someone may want to take a look at that, the timing of that, because there's a very long light crossing Bridge Street from North Street.
Understood.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, 2 lanes of traffic is back way up towards Quincy because of the cycles. I've been in it for the last few days, and I just shake my head.
It's too long.
Right.
And then I realized when I was coming back this way, the left-hand turns are good.
That's understood. We had noted that as well. It needs to be adjusted and we're taking it in and we'll be taking care of it.
Jack, real quick too, I forwarded the email to Donnie, but the police officer that sort of managed the intersection at the cross of Southern Artery and Wash came up with, I think, is a pretty thoughtful his interpretation of the reality that takes place down there, along with some recommendations that he thinks would help sort of facilitate things on the Quincy side. So that makes it over to you.
Jack, we do have that, and we'll speak with the captain in charge as well.
It's Officer Kaufman, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kaufman, yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I'm down from the Hinton area, and I take all of the alternate routes into Boston when I'm driving because this particular alternative is probably the worst during the busy time of day. And I was wondering whether